of how I lost my virginity. I swiped my V card. I did it, the nasty. I was knocking boots. We was bumping uglies. All that good stuff. Welcome back to my channel, and if you ain't know, now you know. It's Deanee, and I'm back at it again with another video, and that's that on that, period. Okay, so it's a story time. We love a good story, period. Okay, so if you read the title, then you know that this story time is about my first time. If you don't know what the first time means, you might want to get an Urban Dictionary and figure it out. This is a story of how I lost my virginity. I swiped my V card. I did it, the nasty. I was knocking boots. We was bumping uglies. All that good stuff. First of all, if you are the party of tea, welcome back. Missed you. If not, I'm gonna just need you to click that subscribe button right there. Go ahead and do it. I'll wait. Okay, great. You ready? Okay, let's go. Yes. Okay, so first of all, let me give y'all some context. All right, so here's the funny part. I didn't lose my virginity until I was a junior in college. I didn't lose mine until I was a junior in college, and not for reasons like I was scared or I didn't believe in the hype of, oh, it's gonna hurt, oh my god. I didn't believe in that. I just thought it was something special, and you can't just be out here just giving that to anybody. Like, niggas ain't. We're gonna leave it at that. So yeah, that wasn't something I felt like you should just be out here just. I had this friend, and we're gonna call him what are we gonna name him? Okay, so we're gonna name him Tyshawn. Nah, I like that. Alright, we're gonna name him Tyreek. Alright, so I had this friend named Tyreek. I met him my freshman year. I always thought, low-key, I always thought he was really cute, but I have this really weird way of saying I kind of like somebody, or I think they're cute, by just not entertaining them at all, or I'm either like kind of like, I wouldn't say mean. I just keep it very platonic. And I don't let it be known that I think you cute or nothing like that. Like, I might flirt, but that's about it. Like, I don't go nowhere else. So I met him my freshman year, and I thought he was so cute. But I will always see him around campus, like, flirting with other people. And the rumor was, like, you know, he was slanging. I mean, just slanging. If you don't know what slanging means, he was just giving out his stimulus package. And I was like, yeah, no. So he will always, like, because we had mutual friends, whatever, and his right hand was talking to my right hand, he will always be in our building, especially because he had friends in that building too. So one way or another, I was going to see him regardless. And I mean, you're on campus at college, so you can't really get away. So he will always stop by my room and say, hey, what's up? Or, you know, try and flirt me, whatever. And I would be like, so the flirting and the tit for tat and the faking went on for a minute. Probably to like sophomore year. So sophomore year, no, he didn't calm down either. Sophomore year, he didn't calm down. He was still being like himself, being ghetto and slinging, I guess. So at least that's what I was told. So he was still slinging or whatever. I don't know why I'm still sitting in the car seat, but he was still slinging or whatever. So then I think it's the end of sophomore year, you know, I asked him my friend is like, oh, well, if you're going to your room, you should ask Tyreek to drop you off. So I'm like, oh, okay, you know, he got to go around that way anyway, I guess. Like, so at this time, I didn't live in the same... Oh, I did. I think he was going to the store. It wasn't even my room. I think he was going to the store. And I asked him to take me to the store. I don't know. But he ended up taking me or whatever. And I was like, you know, I'm kind of feeling you or whatever. I'm trying to remember. This happened so long ago, guys. Like, I'm almost 4 years out of college, so I gotta sit here and really go back. But anyways, he gave me a ride that night or whatever. That was that. And I guess from that day on, like, we started talking or whatever. And that was the end of the sophomore year. So going into junior year, you know, I start like really, you know, kind of giving him time of day or whatever. And you know, and he's gonna see this. Do not, Tyreek, please do not call me and come for me. Like, 'cause I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear it. Because he asked me to be featured in this video, and I was like, no. Because they're actually cool peoples, but we're actually friends. So, but anyway, so yeah, he's like, you know, we started giving each other the time of day, whatever. He starts coming to see me more, you know, like he would come. I was an RA, so he would come to me on desk duty. And of course, like when I was, my junior year, I was an RA in a freshman dorm. So he would come in and all little freshmen would be like, oh, Daddy, he's cute. What's your friend's name? And I'm just looking like, and they're like, oh, he's cute. Like the typical words of, or the typical, yes, can I have his number? No, you cannot. So he used to come in, you know, the little freshman would gawk over him, whatever. Only because he was an upperclassman. He was a known upperclassman, and he was cute. Period. So then I remember, there was one night I went to his room. Like, we had really started talking. Like, I would be spending nights in his room. He would spend nights in my room. You know, and we just became like, we started really like talking or whatever. And you know, when you really like somebody or you really mess with them, like, you kind of spend a lot of time with them, especially your nighttime, because like you kind of want to wake up to that person. Like, you kind of like, you really like crave that person's company, especially if like you guys can do things like watch movies or talk or whatever and really like vibe or whatever, you know. You kind of want that person around a lot. So a lot of the times at night, like, me and him would spend the night with each other. Yes, I was one of those girls that took the walk of shame. Sue me. So I wouldn't say we were together because we weren't, but we were kind of just like, it was just kind of like, yeah, we talk. Okay, that's it. Period. Like, it wasn't like, that's my girlfriend, that's my boyfriend. It wasn't that. No. No. But we were like talking, like, yeah. One night, I go to his room, and I don't think I wanted to go to his room this night because I think it was cold or something like that. It was cold. It was late, I think, when he got back on campus, and he texted me. He was like, hey, you coming over? And my ass was like, no. It's mad late. It's brick outside. Like, I don't want to be bothered. I don't even remember, to be honest, but I do know, like, I ended up going over there that night, and he didn't live far from me. Like, he lived literally short walking distance. It was just cold. So it was like, imagine somebody, like, and we went to school in the freaking boonies. So imagine it's like midnight. Mind you, it's the college campus. So college campus is like in the winter, I think. No, this is the early spring, and it's still cold. And he's like, yo, can you want to come over still, blah, blah. And I'm like, no. But my behind still gets up and takes that walk. And literally, he was like a 3-minute walking distance from my building. My building was, there was a building in between ours. Boom. So, and all I had to do was walk around it. Boom, his building's right there. So that's why I was like, so I go to his room, and I don't remember if we watched a movie. Usually Netflix and chilling was probably there. I'm a really big Netflix and chill kind of person because I love movies. So we probably did Netflix and chill. And Netflix and chill turned into us kissing. Well, it starts off as touching. And then, you know, he's gonna watch this and be so big-headed, but then it turned to kissing. And he has big lips, but they're like really soft, one. And two, I'm a sucker for a guy who has big lips and knows how to kiss. Period. Like, period. We love a guy that knows how to kiss. But when you got big lips, it's like, wow, wow. So that turned into kissing. And then, you know, you get tired of like one thing I will say before everything, he was always very respectful to the fact that I had never had sex. Like, he couldn't believe it. And I think that was a lot of people who met me on campus, like a lot of men just had this notion in my head, like, oh yeah, like most men have an idea when they look at a female, and you could drop in the comments below if you're a guy and you think otherwise. Most men have like an idea in their head, like they could see a woman and kind of like be like, oh yeah, nah, I'm a kill, or no, like, you know, she's not the kind, like, I don't know what kind of idea was placed on me, but for some reason people just, and it was thought I was out here just popping pussies. No, I wasn't at all. Far from it. I didn't want to be like, I'm not gonna lie and say I wasn't doing stuff. Like, obviously I'm a young adult, I have hormones, but I was not out here just letting people enter the heavenly gates, because again, they're heavenly gates. Everybody can't enter, honey. No one could enter at the point. So yeah. So of course we start kissing and stuff or whatever. So here is the funny part. So we already know at this point I'm just like, you know, we're getting so hot and bothered. You know, I gotta talk in code word, because if you're watching this and you're not over 21, your parents will not be saying that I encourage you to start getting jiggy with it. No. So I'm just talking code word for the kiddies. Sorry for the over 21, the grown and sexy. Sorry, y'all. But you know, once you know to start kissing and the fondling and the, you know, getting the hot and bothered, it's so weird talking about it. So we get hot and bothered, and next thing I know, like, you know, he's a man. Men have like urges, and we have been doing this for a long time. Like, he was always very respectful that I wanted to wait. Like, he will always say, you know, it's on your time when you ready or whatever. Like, it's cool. I still don't believe it, but it's cool, you know, whenever you're ready, you know, you can let me know. And I trusted him. That was a big thing from him. A big thing for me. I trusted him. But I couldn't trust you. I wasn't having sex with you. I wasn't doing nothing. So at one point we got so hot and bothered, and I was just like, all right, fuck it. And he was like, yo, he was like, you sure? You good? I'm like, alright. I'm like, at this point, shit, put that sucker on. So he puts a helmet on. And he, you know, we proceed to begin the deflowering. I do remember it would not, like, the hot dog would not go in the hot dog bun from like certain positions. So the hot dog, the bun had to sit on the hot dog. Code words. The bun had to sit on the hot dog and make the hot dog slide in. And it wasn't his fault. Like, it was kind of more so like my bun was just, I don't know. It just would not go in. And it was just like, so then, you know, he starts like, I'm the hot dog bun is on the hot dog bun is on the hot dog. And now the hot dog starts going to work. And I'm like, oh. So now, you know, the hot dog is in the bun. She's in there, period. And the hot dog starts going to work. And I'm like, sheesh. Like, it never hurt it once. I did feel pressure, but it didn't hurt. It did not hurt. It did not hurt. It did not hurt. So I feel like it also depends on, like, the person you're with. If they make you comfortable enough, like, if they know what they're doing, like, period. So it never once hurted to me. It's hurted to me. I did feel pressure when the hot dog was sliding in the bun the first time, because remember, the hot dog bun would not go all the way up. Like, the tip of the hot dog bun would go in, but it wouldn't go where it's supposed to until, boom, the hot dog bun sit on the hot dog, period. So after that, you know, the hot dog starts going to work. And I will say the hot dog did a great job. However, here's the funny part. So my dumb behind is like, you know, the hot dog is going to work, and I'm like, oh my God, I gotta pee. I'm like, oh no. In my head, I'm like, oh, I gotta pee. So he's like, I tell him, I'm like, oh snap, I gotta pee. I'm like, oh, I gotta pee. Cause I'm in my head, I'm like, it feels so good, but I gotta pee. So I'm like, all right, literally, I make hot dogs stop. And probably this is like maybe 10 to 15 minutes into actually after like the hot dog bun slid in. And I'm like, oh, I gotta pee. I don't know the time. Don't quote me on the time, because it could have been longer than that. This was a long time ago, y'all, so don't come for me. So yeah, I'm like, I gotta pee. So I make hot dog stop. And Tyreek's like, you serious? Tyreek's like, really, D? And I'm like, sorry. So I hop off and I go to the bathroom. And mind you, the men's dorm bathroom, it was a small men's dorm. Like, they only had, I think, 2 or 3 floors, and it wasn't that many rooms on each floor. Oh my God, there was like, the bathroom was gross. So I had to really like tiptoe and squat to use the bathroom. Bruh, do you know no pee came out? I didn't have to pee. Honestly, I think after that, I don't even remember. I wipe myself, and then I'm like, I wipe myself and I try and go to the bathroom again, because I'm like, maybe I'm tripping. I try and go to the bathroom again, nothing. So then I go back. I don't even remember if we kept going after that or we stopped. I don't know. But I do know, like, Tyreek was a little irked because he was looking at me like, you had to pee. And my virgin was like, yeah, I had to use the bathroom. Only to find out when I got to the bathroom, I didn't have to use the bathroom. And him, in experience, was probably like, yo, dumbass ain't have to pee. But ain't put me on the spot. I'd rather been put on the spot and be like, no, you about to... Then it'd be like, and say nothing. But nonetheless. So, I think the morning after, you know, I took the walk of shame back to my room. And, you know, I got in the shower, whatever. And it was kind of weird because my friends knew that I really liked him, and my friends also knew that he liked me. But at the same time, it was weird because they knew about this situation we had. Like, it was just an idea, and they know, like, we haven't spent nights in each other's room, so it was like, it's only a matter of time. And to be honest, out of my gang from college, it was only 2 of us that were virgins, and they knew one of us was up next. One of us was up fucking next. And I was just like, oh shit. And I think, if I'm not mistaken, somebody lost his before me. My friend lost his before me. I don't remember, but I think I was the last one out of gang to lose theirs. And I was okay with that shit. It was either I was the last one or second to last. I don't know. But then, you know, I seen him the next day because he used to work in the calf. So... And no, he didn't serve food. He used to like wash dishes or whatever. But it's kind of like that was a job that he could do because everybody was like cool with him. So they would give their dishes and be chatting and all that extra shit while he's doing his work. It was just like, or he'd be walking around the cab chatting. And I used to be like, but I will say I do have a thing for men who are like popular or like really like people persons. Like, anyways, so I go to the caf. After I go in my room, take a shower or whatever, and I kind of lay down for a little bit. Then my friend's like, oh, we going to the caf. So we go to the caf. I meet them. They all sitting there staring at me because I walk in. Apparently I had a glow about me. Like, my skin was glowing, but I'm just like, what? They're like, so? And I'm like, so what? Like, what's up? So they're looking at me and they're smiling. They're like, you're just glowing on the outside. I'm like, no, I didn't notice. Okay. So they're like, what happened last night? Because we know you went to his room. We know you went to Tyreek's room. And I'm like, and they're like, oh, and I'm like, no. But I was trying to be so secretive. But they knew already. Like, they was like, all right, bitch, so we want the details. And I'm like, now, mind you, he wasn't like one to talk. Like, he's not one to be telling his business to everybody. So nobody knew unless I told them. Period. Who knows what happens in the, the midst of guys' conversation, but nobody knew unless I told them. So I told my friends, of course, because females, we are chatty patties and we're always talking. But once they found out, they would see him and make faces like, and I'm just like, stop, like, don't make it awkward. Like, y'all are cool with him, don't make it awkward. So yeah, it was crazy because they walked up to me at the table. My friends like asking, I guess, for like asking, details or whatever. And they're like, did it hurt? Were you bleeding? First of all, I don't honestly think I bled at all. I don't think I bled at all. I think that's, everybody's body is different because I didn't bleed at all. And it didn't hurt. That's 2. And I should felt good until I had to use the bathroom. So the trick was, my friends, I'm telling them what happened, whatever, about me going to the bathroom. They're like, but you didn't have to use the bathroom, you had the squirt. And I'm like, squirt? And I'm like, I thought that was only for porn stars. I'm like, I thought porn stars only squirted, because I'm like, nah, like, it's my first time like that. And they were like, no, girl, like, if you went to the bathroom and you ain't have to pee and you ain't drink nothing before it happened, they were like, no, girl, you was about to, and I'm like, I ruined it. I felt bad the rest of the day, because I'm like, I ruined it. I had one job, and I ruined it. But then, when I saw him, he was at work the next day, I saw him, and he looked at me and gave me this look like, and the rest of that year, we kept talking, and we kept coiting. I think that's the word. It might not be the word, but we kept we kept bumping uglies. Never was bad. I mean, no, it was never was bad. So that was a good thing. And to this day we're still friends. And would I do it again? The world may never know. Period. So that is a story time about how I lost my virginity, and that was that on all that. Period. So if you are looking for some more story times and you like this one, make sure you give me a like. Make sure you comment down below that you want more story times, and also make sure that you tune in and subscribe, because these story times, vlogs, and these book reviews is coming in like clockwork. So make sure that you are always tuned in. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you guys in the next video.